Hello everybody, my name is Danica Frederick and I'm the occupational therapist with the Ellsworth School Department. We've put this YouTube channel together to provide you with some activities so the kids can work on their OT goals using items that are commonly found around the house. Today we are going to have some fun with bottle caps. Now bottle caps come in different sizes and different colors. Some of the activities that we're going to do today require different colors. Some of the bottle caps that I have come from Gatorade bottles, there's milk jugs, there's water bottles, and the dreaded soda bottles. Now if you only have one color at home, you can change the colors of them. This one I colored with nail polish. This one I colored with paint, or if you have a Sharpie at home, this one has been colored with a Sharpie. The first activity is to take your bottle caps and to draw circles on a piece of paper. Your student is going to match the size of the bottle cap to the circles. This activity works on fine motor control, works on figure ground, and matching. Now, if your student has a hard time matching the shapes alone, you can color in the circles in order to match colors and help them distinguish which size goes with each bottle cap. This is an example of what it might look like when it's completed. Okay, the next activity we are going to do, we are going to use a muffin tin. Now with this activity, we are going to work on fine motor skills that are used for handwriting. You can also use it for color ID or color matching, and it can be upgraded to use numbers for counting. So we're going to start with one of the easier grasps. We're going to have them use a pincer grasp in order to pick up their bottle caps and place them in the muffin tin. If you're having a hard time isolating this grasp and your student wants to hold it with his whole hand, you can assist with this by placing one of your bottle caps in the palm of their hand with their pinky finger and their ring finger and have them hold the bottle cap. That frees up their tripod grasp and helps to isolate it. So you can have the students pick up the bottle caps and place them in the muffin tins. Now, you can grade this for how difficult you want to do it. You can have them pick up the bottle caps out of a group of them and put them in the tins. Or if that's more difficult, you can line them up individually and have them do it one at a time. So they can work on this by just doing one at a time and just working on targeting each individual hole. Or you can make it a little bit more challenging by putting colors in the bottom of the muffin tin. And that way, as they're doing it, they can match the bottle cap color to the color that's in the tin. Now, if your student already has a nice tripod grip, again, you can make it a little bit more challenging by adding a utensil. So what I have here is a pair of tweezers. So what your student can do now is to use the tweezers to pick up the individual bottle caps and place them in the muffin tin, matching the colors or just randomly putting them in. Now, what I have now is a pair of tongs. You can also use these to pick up the bottle caps. If their hands are large enough, they can use the tongs to pick up the bottle caps individually and place them in the cup. If their hands are too small, you can use both hands in order to pick up the bottle caps and put them in the cups. Now this uses bilateral coordination, using both hands together. If you place the bottle caps off to the side, you're also practicing crossing midline in order to pick up the bottle caps and put them in. Now I have mine done according to colors, but you can also make templates that go in the bottom of your cups that have numbers on them, and the students can put the number of bottle caps in each cup that matches the number. Another way that you can grade this to make it a little bit more difficult is you can get a smaller muffin tin, which takes a little bit more fine motor control, and it makes them grade their movement a little bit more. The next activity I have also works on fine motor control and isolating a nice pointer. This also works on visual tracking, tracking from left to right, which is necessary for reading, fine motor control, and crossing midline. I've made some pretty simple designs, starting with the least difficult to more difficult. So what you're going to do is have your student place their finger inside the bottle cap, and they are just going to trace along the line, going from left to right. As you progress, they get a little bit more challenging, and you can make them as difficult as you want depending on the skill level of your student. You can also make this activity more of a gross motor activity by using larger pieces of paper or newspaper and painter's tape and placing it up on the wall and having them trace the lines on a larger scale. Now for this next activity, I found a shoebox around the house. It doesn't matter what size it is or how many slots you make in it. You just want to make sure there's a variety of them. You don't want them just up and down. Again, what you're going to be working on is getting them to use a nice pincer grasp in order to put them into the slots. Now you want to make sure that the slots are wide enough that the bottle caps go in them. You can make it more challenging by making the slots a little bit tighter, and they have to use more strength in order to get them into the slots. So you're going to use this, and you're just going to put the bottle caps inside the slots at different angles. Now again, you can make this a little bit more academic by doing the numbers and having them match numbers. For instance, can you place the bottle cap in number 2? That works on visual scanning as well as figure ground and fine motor. You can also adapt this by using painter tape, covering up the numbers with targeted letters that the children are learning for letter ID. For instance, if there's 4 or 5 letters that they're having trouble IDing, you can substitute the numbers for the letters and have them practice recognizing their letters. All right, for our last activity, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I've taken the top of the shoebox that I used for one of the other activities, and I've cut the end off of it. So when it sits down on the table, it makes a little shelf. What we are going to do is play shuffleboard. So you're going to take your bottle caps, and depending on your student's skill level, they're going to shoot the bottle caps into the box. So some of them may use their whole hand. They're going to put their hand on top of it and shoot it. Some of them with a little bit more skill can use their pointer, put it in the top of the bottle cap and shoot it that way. And those that have more developed hand skills can take their bottle cap and they're going to flick it. They're going to put their fingers behind it and just flick it. So there's my bottle cap. I'm going to work on getting it in. So that one wouldn't count because it didn't make it into the box. So you just cue them to do it a little bit harder. And there you go. Again, you can use a pointer and get them to slide it into the box. Now, in order to make it a little bit more challenging, you can put a cup in front of the box and have them try to aim around it. Now, if that's too easy, you can place another obstacle in front of it and work on increasing their skill. I hope this video gave you a few ideas on some activities that you can do with your student over the next week or so. Just remember, the important thing is to have fun and spend time with your children. Anything you do with them at home is going to help with their development, whether it's helping them get dressed in the morning, having them play outside, running, jumping, and climbing, doing chores, having them help you cook dinner. All of these things are going to help with their development. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon.